I was driving here and I pulled up to a light and the person next to me had a video going. They're like at the stoplight watching a video on there. And I was like, wow, we're so connected. No judgment. I was just like, yeah, it's a lot of busyness. So it's nice to put these away, as we all know, and to kind of turn inward, which is what we'll do today. My name is Eric McCullum, and I probably say this every time, but I'm really excited to be here with all of you. This practice is it's a lifeline, I think, for many of us. And we'll do what we usually do, many groups do. We'll meditate together. We'll meditate for about 30 minutes, and I'll do guidance during part of that time. If the guidance is helpful, great. If not, feel free to leave it. You can let go of the words and just listen to the rhythm of things around you, your body. And then we'll have some time to practice in silence. And I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the land we're on, and this is Tongva land, and that it's a messy history. Like each of us, we're a messy history. And so we take time to acknowledge the things that are unacknowledged, both in ourselves and in our society. That's a big part of this practice. Uh, great, great, great. All right. Without further ado, I'll invite you to find a position that's comfortable. Notice where your hands and your feet are at. Notice the alignment of the spine. Is the upper body positioned over the lower body in a way that feels upright, dignified, noble? And allowing the sound of the bell to invite us into our practice. And as we begin, feeling the hum of our bodies, and the hum of the room. Maybe it's the computer for those online. For us here, it's the air system. And also, just like we steep tea, allowing this heart, this mind to steep a little bit in the silence. And also, as we begin, I'll invite you to reflect on your aspiration, your motivation for sitting today. What is the heart's compass this morning? And knowing at any point we can come back to this aspiration, this motivation, not as a stick to judge ourselves, but as a way to orient. And so a quote from Dr. Lauren Vogel. Deep breathing is our nervous system's love language. Deep breathing is our nervous system's love language. And so taking some deep breaths, really breathing in deeply, breathing out fully. And can you touch into this breathing as an act of kindness, as a nourishment to this body, and deep breathing is our nervous system's love language. And so allowing the breath to massage the body, really feeling into the nourishment of the breath. With each breath, quite literally, we're feeding our body, our brain, our heart. And so feeling into this rhythm of the breath as a massage, and letting the breath massage the torso, the expansion of the rib cage, and then the soft surrender as you breathe out. And letting the breath massage the arms, shoulders, hands. Oh, they gently lift and fall with the breath. And letting the breath massage the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks. Letting the brow soften, the jaw unhinge. This soft surrender found at each exhale. And letting the breath massage the lower body as the body lifts with the in-breath and then softly surrenders with the out-breath, noticing the weight massaging, coming down on the sit bones and the legs and the feet. And then the whole body from head to feet. This breath as best you can, feeling it in the whole body breathing. Last night at the party, actually, Gulu, one of the teachers here, said sometimes we can feel every cell of our body breathing. Breathing in, the body expands. And breathing out, it softly surrenders to this moment, to what's here, what's felt and known. And now allowing awareness to drop down or to come to the chest, the heart center. And I'll invite you to imagine the air entering right at the sternum, filling the lungs, feeding the heart, and then also exiting right there at the sternum, at the chest. And this way, no efforts required. The body's breathing all on its own. And seeing if the heart can open, can soften. And the shoulders may even roll back a little bit as we really feel this heart space. Breathing in the heart center, breathing out, softly surrendering. And you may even be able to feel into the energy in this room as we're all breathing in and out of these hearts, these tender hearts. My practice supports your practice, and your practice supports my practice. We're all here breathing together, opening our hearts in whatever way we can. And so now with these bodies that are perhaps a little bit more at ease, and these hearts that are a little more open. We'll do some compassion practice and we'll use some phrases. But as we begin, I'll invite you to call to mind someone who's dear to you, someone when you think about them, you smile. It doesn't have to be a perfect relationship, for there are no such such things. But someone who you care for deeply, imagining their face, their eyes, and knowing that this person has had hardship in their lives. Just like all of us, they've faced challenge and suffering. And just like all of us, they deserve compassion and kindness. And so I'll run through these phrases, I'll say them a few times, and really just see if there's one in particular that resonates with you. You'll have an opportunity to just repeat that a few times afterwards. So as we hold this dear one in our mind's eye, we offer these wishes. May you hold this life, this experience with compassion and kindness. May you hold this life and your experiences with compassion and kindness. May you be held in compassion. May you be held in compassion. May your suffering be softened. May your suffering and your hardship be softened. May you meet this moment and respond with a kind, compassionate heart. May you meet this moment and respond with a kind, compassionate heart. And so, whatever phrase landed for you, just offering that up, or maybe the meaning underneath, offering it to this dear one. And so now we can do a little bow to this person, acknowledge the importance of them in our lives. And I'll invite you to reflect on some aspect of your own life that is challenging, has caused some struggle or some hardship. Doesn't have to be the big one or a big one, but something that's made the heart heavy or you've struggled with. And if it's helpful, you can imagine yourself in your mind's eye, and we'll offer these phrases of compassion to ourselves. May I hold this experience with compassion and kindness. May I be held with compassion. Just as my body softens with the breath, may I be softened to this suffering. May I meet this too and respond with a kind, compassionate heart. And so, spending a few moments just offering this to yourself, whatever phrase works. And so now, just as we were breathing in and out of the heart space earlier, breathe in and send out this compassion to this room, Zoom room, and our physical in-person room. May we all be held in compassion. May all beings be held in compassion, knowing that each and every one of us suffers. May our suffering soften. May we meet this moment, this life, with a kind, compassionate heart. So we'll have some time to practice in silence. If the compassion practice is resonating, and continuing to use a phrase or just touching into the meaning under the words. Or for some, it'll be more helpful to drop into an anchor, the rhythm of the breath, sensations in the body, whatever brings you back to this moment, this body, and this heart space. So no hurry, just taking a moment to maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe roll the head and the shoulders, moving the body in a way that is supportive, feels good. And whenever you're ready, opening your eyes and coming back to the room.